Hey, home theater fans, Todd Anderson with AV Nirvana, and I'm here with Anders Storm of Dirac, the CEO of Dirac, and you've just hit your first anniversary of being with the company.
Yes.
We're here at CEDIA 2025, and I was just saying to Anders, this is my first interview of the show, and I'm a little nervous, just knocking the rust off the wheels to get going, but also really excited to talk to you.
Yeah. Happy to be here as well. First time in the CEDIA for me. I was there a couple of years ago on a Mobile World type of congress, but never been to CEDIA before. So
fantastic!
Exciting.
You're gonna love it. Have you been on the show floor yet?
Not yet. You see, I'm not allowed on.
Oh boy, yeah, you're in for a big treat.
Yeah.
It is I always describe it to folks who haven't been to it. Well, you've been to ISC before, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's like ISC, but a lot smaller. But it's all home theater and integrator focused, where ISC has a lot of laser machines and smoke machines and, a lot of fun, all really fun, exciting stuff. But you're going to be really happy. And also you get to hear your product in action in a few sound rooms.
I'm very excited for the room you shared, about the $1.3 million room. That sounds awesome.
Yes. Yeah, so that room is a Storm Audio room along with the Sundo, the brand new Christie Clips G3 projector is in there. And of course, Dirac Art is running the entire show on the processing side of things. And wait till you see the speakers. Two giant infrasonic subwoofers along with 16 other subs, and it's pretty spectacular. I think you're going to be really happy.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So let's dig into a little bit of your background, because I'm really curious about how you kind of came into the Dirac position. But what are you bringing from the past into the position?
So I am a software guy. I actually studied a master in computer science and engineering. It's 30 years ago now, so I'm getting old, but so there's where I'm coming from. And then I worked a lot in product companies. So I've been sort of everywhere in the value chain, everywhere from consumer electronics. I was running projects for Son Ericsson, making mobile phones. I was the father to the P900. The older people might know that one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then after that, I did a 10-year stint in a semi company, actually. So I was working in semiconductors and I wanted to go back to software. And then this position opened up. So I thought it sounds really interesting to have another sort of Swedish company coming, really, really well known in the world. So I was very excited to join Dirac at this point.
For sure. The name Dirac is huge in the home theater community, but you all also have a broad reach into many other industries. I would assume that home theater is probably on the smaller side of the slice of the pie in terms of the work that you do.
Absolutely. So our biggest market right now is automotive. So we're really strong there. It's about 70% of the market.
70%?
Yeah.
Would anybody know if they're driving a car around that has Dirac integrated into it?
Not really. It's advertised with press releases and stuff, but if you buy the car, most people don't know. But there has been actually, I think BYD at some point put Dirac on the speaker, which wasn't the meaning because we're not the speaker, maker, but it actually ended up there. So if you're in China, you might see Dirac on the speakers. I saw it actually when I was in Shanghai in December, just from an Uber. So, but yeah.
Well, are you integrated into the cell phone industry at all?
Not so much anymore, but that was our biggest business 7 years ago, something like that. But now we are in a couple of handsets. We are also in earphones. We're in laptops. Asus is a laptop brand that we're really strong in, and we are in some gaming handsets also. A lot with sort of virtualizing the sound, 3D immersive type of things there.
So the phone side of things is kind of...
Yeah, it's a little bit smaller market right now, yes.
I only ask because I had the impression that in terms of your phone deployments, it was pretty big out in Asia.
Yeah, it was.
So, which would make sense why maybe they would want Dirac on the speaker.
Yeah.
So what about Dirac kind of piqued your curiosity when you were first introduced to them?
Yeah, so I really liked, of course, being in the semiconductors for a while, fighting the 50% gross margin thing. Here we have like 90 plus, which is really nice for a company, first of all. And also getting back to my roots in software. I really, really enjoy being in software companies. And also the mix between, software, hardware, like we talked about before, you know, you need to be really deep into the sort of DSP and the semiconductors to actually do what Dirac does. So I think it's a good match between there, and I really enjoy that kind of things, and also the sort of immense possibilities with Dirac. We are everywhere. We are coming in new things as well that are sort of going out there. So we can really, you know, we can be everywhere. I was like, we might be as big as Dolby at some time, you know, being everywhere. So that's really some things that dragged me into it, and I really saw a possibility to be part of that scale out that we are currently doing.
And the arc of the company has been, I mean, at least from the home theater side, you know, there was a time where people were only running it on laptops. Now you are pretty much the premier name when it comes to room correction solutions and processors and AVRs. And that's really changed a lot in the last 7 years, because there was a time where Odyssey was the big draw. And now having, you know, Dirac Live and active room treatment, or many of you out there know it as ART, it has just become, you know, something that people want to see in their equipment. So it's been really interesting to watch the kind of the takeover. So I think you are getting to that point where you're getting that big.
Yeah, I mean, we are, you know, really happy with, and actually that's our roots in some way, room treatment, Dirac Live, and that is sort of the roots way back when Matthias founded the company in 2001. So that's sort of the roots, and what I really have seen when I've been out there, also with the automotive industry and everything, is to see the fantastic sort of how that actually pushes also us into other parts. So
for sure,
let's say NIO in China, which is a sort of very important partner to us, where we launch some really cool things. When you talk to the guys there, they are of course audiophiles who works with audio in the cars as well, so they know Dirac from way back. So we get sort of a boost in other markets as well due to this sort of connection to the home industry. So that's really important for us, and that's why we sort of really want to make sure that we do the right thing, and that's why we're here, to make sure that we sort of spread the word about this as well.
And ART is a direct, I don't know if porting it over is the right word, but the technology they use in cars pretty much has given birth to that in the home theater market. So thank goodness for
we call it Unison. That's the MIMO technology that comes to ART, which is sort of really special and patented technology, where we are really standing out from the rest of the bunch, I think.
Well, one of the frustrations with a lot of folks out there has been ART pretty much has only been available on Storm products, and they've executed it extraordinarily well, and people hear it, then they want it on their products. And you guys have a really exciting announcement here at the show, along with AV Pro, or Audio Control, who's owned by AV Pro now. Do you want to tell us?
Yeah, I mean, we have actually announced it just before here, both AV Pro with the Hyperions that comes out with that. I think it's Q4, we say in the press release. And then we have Denon and Marantz, of course, which is also a very important partner. They are also launching now. So the scale out I talked about is really happening, and ART is really mature now to go to the next level, and also you know, address maybe the lower price levels as well, where you can really get that to work and get the fantastic work of art, as we say, also there.
For sure, yeah. So, you know, you and I, before we started recording, we were talking a little bit about some of the difficulties that brands that bring Dirac on board have in terms of rolling out the product in a fast fashion. And do you want to speak a little bit to the process that happens behind the scenes when a company like Marantz or Audio Control comes to you and says, "Hey, we'd like to partner up and have you on board with our equipment"?
No, for sure. I mean, so since we are sort of in the industry of processing the sound, sort of when it's already in the processor, so we need to be very close to the actual things that everything happen on the DSP. So we need to get our algorithms in there and really being close to that. So we need to work closely with the semi vendors like ADI or NXP or whoever, which in their turn work with the OEMs like Denon Marantz, for example. So it's a long time to sort of get the software working onto their firmware, and our software in turn, of course, being developed on the way to get there. So it's a lot of interactions technical wise and testing and making sure that everything works as well in the end.
Right, because you have to apply your software to just a broad range of products. So yes, it becomes difficult. I guess, you know, one of the things that, and again, we had talked about this, is that a lot of people assume that Dirac is something that you ship to a company already built in, baked into a chip, and they take that chip and they pop it in and everybody's off and running. But it doesn't really work exactly like that.
No, it is the OEM who have chosen, you know, the processor, and they've chosen everything, how they want their hardware to work. And then they come to us and say, yeah, we really want to use live or base control or ART, and then we can sort of look at that in detail and see the processor capacity, how much can they do, and what can we provide on that. And when we've done that, we can see that, okay, there are room for using our technology on the different levels, and then we sort of apply that and we make the integration and get that out and work closely during that period with the APIs from the semi vendors. And then after that, of course, we get the new firmware to the OEM that tests that and make sure everything works, and then they ship it out to the end users in the end. And also all the guys who have their machines already out there, we do the sort of the over-the-air update, so everybody can get hold of it as well. So it's a lot of, you know, you need to test that as well, and so everything works perfectly.
In terms of Storm Audio, it's been roughly, I would say, about 2 years that ART has been active on their processors. What kind of relationship do you have with them, and what have you gained from being a partner with them? Because they've had it out there for so long. Has it been a kind of a learning process?
Yes, for sure. And they worked together with us to sort of help with things that hasn't worked perfectly, and also having a processor like like the Storm Audio one. Of course, it's perfect to sort of test everything on, to really find everything that needs to be done, and of course with that power that they can provide, it's also a really good starting point. So they're a very important partner that we work very closely together, and they have borrowed my name, by the way, which is...
I was going to say, you almost have the perfect name. Anders, I have, you know, affinity towards, and then Storm sounds very audio-like.
Yeah, exactly. At least Storm Audio, but for joking aside, it's a really good partnership, and really want to work with them on the front end of stuff, so we together with them as a partner can deliver, you know, the next level of things all the time, so they can be sort of in the forefront of things. So we constantly talk to them about the next step and what can we do together. So
just curious a little bit about you. Have you throughout your life considered yourself to be a home theater fan or an audio person, or is this sort of new territory for you?
It is a little bit of new territory. Of course, I always liked music, but I've never been an audio fan. But I'm actually, you know, I started immediately. I've watched your videos, and I watched OS videos, and I've started to learn everything. And I'm coming from the wireless industry, and of course, you know, sound waves and wireless waves are similar. So I understand it, just lower frequencies than I've been used to. I worked with millimeter wave on really high frequencies in my last company. So that has been sort of an easier, I think, transition to get to know and understand things. And of course, I acquired a Marantz Cinema 50 at home and Bauer Wilkins speakers.
Fantastic.
Just a 5.1 system though, but I mean, it's something. And I've used Dirac, of course, both live and bass control to tune that, and did all of that myself.
I was going to ask, did you do it yourself?
Yeah, I wanted to try it out and see all the things and give input on the UI, and so, okay, guys, here are things we can improve, because it's always good to come with fresh eyes when you haven't, you know, used something. You can say, okay, but this is a little bit quirky. How can we do that
traditionally speaking, you know, in the early days of Dirac being in the world of home theater, it was not user-friendly necessarily. It was a difficult process to, you know, you're working on PCs and it's things that people weren't all that familiar with. It's much more plug and play for the consumer now, as you probably found out.
Yeah, we're getting closer, I think, but I think we can do a lot of more things there to make it even, you know, more user-friendly. And of course, we have been catering for the audiophiles, and they want sort of possibilities to change things and so forth. But in my mind, I see, you know, there could be different paths. If you are sort of not as less like me, not the user who's been sort of using it a lot, you like you from the beginning you might want to have a button so like, yeah, please do it for me.
Right.
but all of those things, and you choose your crossovers or whatever, and help you all the way, and the target curve that gets sort of in the right position. But yeah, so there's a lot of things I think we can do to improve for all users, and of course we want to scale out. We want to have more users for Dirac. So yeah, there's many opportunities.
I would assume that with AI, the way things are going, the burden being on you, the company, to make it easy is going to become less and less, because now you can just type in your problem. It'll go search all your documents and it'll come back and say, hey, try this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and you can also, try more UIs. You can build UIs and you can see how they work, and then you can do, tests with different people and see how it works. So we for sure, that's a priority within the company to make it even more user friendly.
So beyond those steps, is there anything else that you see, Dirac attacking as you go forward? I mean, it's hard to imagine right now for me. How can things get any better? Because art is a total game changer, and your processing on top of that is already amazing. So.
No, I think art is sort of room correction 2.0. So 3.0 is not really planned yet, but if we look at why we're here, for example, in the custom installer part, and I think that's a place we can do a lot. We can work closer to them and find what kind of things they need. What do they really need to help their customers better? What else can we do? Everything from licensing to, different room zones or whatever people want to build up. So there's a lot of things there. And I think especially also helping people in the sense of, if we take art, which is sort of an active room treatment, there's a lot of passive room treatments out there that cost a lot of money. So if you look at the standard R22, for example, you have the different rooms, 1, 2, 3, 4 level. Could we do something where we connect to those guys and also see that, okay, you don't need to buy so many very expensive passive things. If you want to have level 1, you can use this, you can do art here and so forth. So I think that's a way of seeing it. So you can get any room to level up in a way, but that's sort of, early thoughts. But I think that's something.
Oh, that's something to look forward to for everyone out there. In the meantime, lots of excitement this year for you guys with Marantz and Denon, I believe, also will be bringing art on board, and then the new Hyperion series.
Go to the Lemuridian and see it. They are setting everything up now, so that's going to be exciting.
Are they running an art demo?
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, that's really exciting. I'm supposed to be over there, I think, tomorrow night. Around 5:30. But I hope you have a fantastic time here.
So far so good, and happy to meet you too. We've just seen sort of virtually before, but it's really good
virtually,
to be.
And you've popped into our forum a couple times, I believe, to talk directly to a couple of our members, which is really cool to see the CEO of really.
I like to be out there listening to what people say, so that's why I'm here as well.
Yeah, I hope you come back and visit us there. In the meantime, thanks so much for taking time out of your day. I know you're a little jet lagged today, but
but we made it all through, and not too nervous, so that was good.
Yeah, excellent. Well, I really appreciate your time. And folks out there, thanks for hanging out with us. We have so much content coming out of this show. I think I have somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 to 35, maybe even 40 interviews lined up over the next few days.
Looking forward to see those.
So we'll see, timing wise, if they all work out, but there's a lot planned, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, but more importantly, become a member of avnirvana.com so you can keep up with all of the content that's coming out of CEDIA 2025. And in the meantime, we'll see you soon.